I'm Peter Furness. I'm chairman of the Collingwood Archive Committee and have held that position since 1999. There's over 3,000 items in the collection, and the value of those items is in excess of $10.5 million. We have premiership medallions that go back to the first ever Collingwood premiership, footballs, magazines, portraits, paintings. We have in fact a book that contains every Collingwood team that was ever selected, starting in 1892. And people fail to understand that what is a throwaway item today, in the future, 50 to 100 years' time, is a unique item. This is another of our workrooms. We've laid out a couple of items that you might find of interest. This is on loan from Jim Halfake, 1982 cheer squad member. And as you can see, a fanatical Collingwood supporter and Richmond hater. Here we have a cartoon which epitomises what a lot of Collingwood supporters think. What brings the archive group together is Collingwood. What keeps us together is friendship. And what keeps us going is the hope that we'll find something nobody knew about. When I came onto the archive committee, Bernie Murphy was the first person that greeted me. We hit it off. He's one of the nicest men I've ever met. He's one of the kindest people you'd ever wish to meet. And sadly, it's now been discovered that he has a form of cancer, and it's devastating. Absolutely devastating. The thought of being without Bernie is intolerable. I see him nearly every Monday. I call in and see Bernie, tell him what's happening, and get told what we should do, and also just to maintain a contact. And everybody at the archive is all worried about Bernie. Happy birthday to you. Here you come, mate.
Good.
All right?
I'm not feeling too bad today.
That's great.
You're missing me, aren't you?
Indeed.
Already.
Yes, well, my name is Bernie Murphy. I'm the Deputy Chairman of the Collingwood Football Club Archive Group, and I have been doing that for 16 years. I've been very fortunate to be given the opportunity to get involved with that. It's something I've loved all my life, was collecting. I always saved all my old footy records and my badges and my seasons tickets. And I was lucky enough one day to run into a guy who was running the archive group in those days, and he invited me to join, and I've been there ever since. Well, outside of my beautiful wife and family, you know, it's the next best thing, because it's the one thing I had. See, straight after the war, you know, talking about when I started Barry for Collingwood, it was still, the war was still going, and you really didn't have anything. We didn't have toys, we didn't have bikes, didn't have scooters. We had nothing. So the football club really was the thing we all clung to, I'm sure. And I'm quite sure that passion is still there. It's been there all those years.
One day Bernie Murphy said to me, "Margaret, will you barrack for Collingwood and marry me?" And so here I am. So for 52 years I've been looking after him. I just pray that now I'm going to stay well enough to look after him as long as he needs me. So it's a sad thing, but we've had a good life together.
I wasn't feeling too well, so I went to the doctor and he said, well, this is it. You have acute leukemia. Your prospects are not good. With no treatment, you'll last 2 months. With treatment, we may extend you by 2 years. So you don't have any choice. You bite the bullet and of course you go for it. I suppose you get to a point, because I've been there for so long, you feel like people don't even really notice you because you're just part of the furniture, I suppose. And then on Wednesday, Gary Pert rings me and he said, we've organised for you to sit in the coach's box next Saturday for the Hawthorn game. Oh, I just love to be in there to see how it works, what they all do, what they all say. Oh, I'm really looking forward to it, yeah.
I think it's a wonderful gesture on their behalf. I'm very happy for him, and I hope he's well enough, and I hope he has a wonderful day. And after that, I don't mind. I'll just look after him. If it makes him sicker, well, it makes him sicker, but I'll look after him.
Yeah, well, a couple of days before the game, I got a fever, unfortunately, and I had to come into hospital to have antibiotics, and I haven't been allowed out since. I was pretty disappointed, obviously. I was trying to pretend I wasn't. Oh, you know, it's a chance of a lifetime, so you know, so I was pretty disappointed, and but your health comes first, so yeah.
Hello.
Cheers. Hello, mate.
Good to see you.
Lovely to meet you.
Bernie, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, yourself?
Good, good. Lovely to see you.
Yeah. Thanks for having us in.
Yeah.
Bloody nice of you to come and see me.
Yeah, no, it was a shame we couldn't get to the game on the weekend, so thought we'd come to you instead.
I was shattered. Yeah, well, I thought it would have been a terrific day to be in the coach's box. You would have seen them at their best, wouldn't you?
Yeah, oh, definitely, yeah.
With everything down, I could have reported to you what they were saying about you, couldn't I?
Absolutely. I don't want to know. It wouldn't be good things. Who's your pick of the bunch?
Your favourite player?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was Goldsack until Saturday, and then I had to go for Tuvey. But Tubes has always been my favourite. I've always loved Tubes.
Yeah.
I just
I'm
no.
Just know what you're going to get, don't you?
He has been. No, only because he's always so consistent.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. I mean, you know what you're going to get every week. If he gets beaten, he gets thrashed. So. No, he doesn't. But you know,
just never happens.
No, it's just his.
If he was to be beaten,
just his consistency, and I think it took about 3 years before the opposition woke up to who the hell he was.
Yeah.
And what he actually did. So you know, I've always had a real soft spot for him. So
Me too.
Yeah.
On and off the field.
Yeah, both. Especially now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had some bad luck in not being able to get to the game. But then today I've had this magnificent chance for the boys to come in and meet me and wish me well, and it just proves what a fabulous club Collingwood is. And we all stick together at Collingwood. We always have, and we always will. Side by side, we stick together.
Today the Collingwood Football Club advised Travis Cloke and his management team that we would be suspending all discussions and future negotiations about his long-term playing career with the Collingwood Football Club, and that will be suspended until after the 2012 season. This has been done in the best interests of not only Travis but the entire playing group and the club's football department to ensure that everyone can remain 100% focused on the last 6 games and hopefully a successful final series. This will have no bearing on the negotiations we're having with other players. In fact, we've announced over the last few weeks some recent signings, and I'd expect that to continue over the next few weeks as well.
G'day Magpie fans, Steve Curry here. Look, it's a very exciting day for me. Eddie Maguire, the president of the Collingwood Football Club, is over in London. As a result, the job has befallen me to become president for a day. So I think I'm pretty well equipped. There's not really many differences between me and Eddie. He's about an inch taller. That's pretty much it. He used to steal cars. I've never stolen a car. So that's the 2 major differences. I might even show you quickly characterisation. Okay, here's me. How you going? This is me. Here's Eddie. You ready? How you going? I'm Eddie. See, and it's me again. All right, Gina Reinhardt. I'm very, very rich. Me again. Come on in with me, and we're going to go to the President's Club. I never eat lunch anywhere that hasn't got my name above the door. So let's go. Yeah, I'm president today. Yeah. See, everyone laughs when I say I'm president today, but pretty incredible, isn't it?
And mate, it's not broady enough.
No, isn't it? Oh, right,
You should have been wearing moccasins.
Are you hearing this, Eddie?
Ladies and gentlemen, he's made it. So please, everyone, welcome Eddie Maguire for getting up and getting here today.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I am the president of the Collingwood Football Club. But you're all my friends today, so we should dispense with the formalities and you can merely call me El Presidente. Now, Collingwood and Hawthorn, ladies and gentlemen, share a rich history, not just on the ground, where we've had some ding-dong battles, but off the ground as well. And speaking of ding-dong, I fondly remember the day that we stole Dermot Brereton from you. And I also remember slightly less fondly the next day when we realised why you were so happy to let him go. As I always say, may neither the umpire nor injury play a part in the result of today's game. Floreat Pika, may the Magpies flourish, and like soldiers in a glue fight, side by side we stick together. Thank you very much. Look, I just want to go down there and just make sure the boys are comfortable. They just go out there and just play it like any other game. It's like playing, I don't know, for the Kew Rovers, 1982. It doesn't matter if there's 85,000 people or just my dad and some weirdo in an overcoat. Oh, here they come now. Here are my boys. You watch them listen to me. This is the real Geo. Check this out. All right. I used to live with Dawsey. Go, boys! I think he winked at me. I'm pretty sure he winked at me. Go, boys!
Umpires today, Margette, Stevic and Bannister, and away we go to get things started at the MCG round 17.
He finds a skipper inside 50, a long ball. Bruce provides a shepherd, and the Hawks have got 3. Cyril over the top, he goes to Young. Young will run into the goal, give it to Ruffy. Ruffy will send it through. He's got 2, and the Hawks are out to 20. So in the end, a sensational performance by the Hawks.
Well, turns out we didn't win the game, but no, look, you know, what can I do? Eddie, we tried, we failed. Please come home soon. Thank you.
Good on you, Steve. I'll leave you with 1 week, 1 game to look after while I go overseas, and look what happens. Thankfully, I'll be back in harness very shortly. I'm here at the Tour de France, and I've got Luke Ball, our champion footballer, recovering from his knee reconstruction with me. G'day, Bally.
G'day, Ed. Yeah, great to be here.
And you flew over with pie in the sky on the mighty Emirates, direct into Dubai, straight into Paris. Beautiful trip.
I did. When I went and saw the girls at the front desk at Pie in the Sky, I thought, girls, I'm starting to do my head in a bit. I need to get away for a couple of weeks, but I couldn't have imagined that I'd end up here about to ride down the Champs-Élysées with you and what a special place it is.
With the Orica Green Edge team, and they've had a fantastic tour, their first Tour de France. Being here with some of the great professional athletes, what are you picking up? A lot of the recovery stuff is quite unique, isn't it?
It is. I mean, and we watch it from afar back home. Obviously, we stay up late and watch it and just marvel at the achievements of these athletes. And when you get to see them in person, and we've had Robbie McEwen take us around, you just realise how fit they are. And we like to think we train pretty hard, but these guys are almost at another level, so it's an amazing experience to be able to go around with these guys and see how they go about it.
Fingers crossed, Cracker and McCaffer are coming along nicely with their recovery. How are you going? Yeah,
I'm going really well. I've been just over 3 months now and haven't had any setbacks and back running, so and doing a bit of riding, so going really well. And those two guys have been sensational. They were a couple of months ahead of me, but they've been really inspirational the way they've attacked their rehab, and fingers crossed they can get back and have an impact in the finals for us.
And just freshening up your mind as much as anything else after the disappointment of doing your knee, having the operation, the pain and the early recovery stage, how important is this just to get a bit away and freshen your head up?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it was about, and thanks so much to the club for allowing me to get away for a couple of weeks, and as you said, freshen the mind up. It's not much fun sitting and watching it when you're training all week with the guys, but you don't get that release for the weekend. So obviously the timings worked out pretty well. I catch a bit of the tour and maybe a bit of the Olympics, so I'm really thankful for the club for letting me have this opportunity.
What do you like on the bike?
Oh, not bad. I've been doing a little bit. Obviously, I haven't been able to run for a couple of months, so I've been on the bike a fair bit. So I don't know how I'd go up the mountains, but I think today we're on a pretty flat stage, so I should be able to cope it.
Well, mate, let's get out there, okay? Give it a Collingwood spirit. We've got to recover from the loss to Hawthorn last week, so let's go up there and give it to us. One of us is a finely tuned professional athlete, and one of us isn't. You see if you can figure out which one it is. All right, Paulie, let's go. Come on.
G'day, we're down at Vic Park on set of the Musashi ad that me and a few of the boys are about to film. So it's me, Heath, Steele and Harry. I'm not sure I've ever acted before, but hopefully we can get our act on, and hopefully this gets me a few gigs after footy with the way we act today.
So just in positions, guys, and action. And cut. Yeah.
Alright, here we have Steele making him a little bit prettier than what he usually is. Steele, I think he's asleep, actually. You're late, man. So how you going, man? My chest is down a little sore, to be honest.
Yeah, mate. Push-ups, not my forte. Especially, I don't usually get out of the park in a Collingwood jumper and do push-ups. So.
Yeah, I do, usually. Most days off, I usually float around in my full footy gear, hoping someone will recognise me. He's asleep again, you wouldn't believe it. Oh, he's away. Tough day, man. You got a bit of a sweat up. Have you ever acted before?
A couple of times.
What have you done?
Like school concerts and that. Yeah.
Any plans to hit the big stage after footy?
Wouldn't have thought, no, probably not. But, there's a lot of time from now to then, so see how we go.
Alright guys, here we are, just wrapping up the Musashi ad. Keep an eye out for us, auditioning for Home and Away. After this, I've got the bug, so I might shoot off to LA and see if I can get an acting role somewhere over there. So look out for the ad, and hope we did you proud.
Good evening and welcome back to the club. I'm joined in the studio by the youngest of the Irish Brigade down at Collingwood, Caleb Mooney. Caleb, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Mate, you've got quite an extraordinary story about how you've come to play AFL football. When did you first pick up a Sherrin?
I think it was when I was 17. I was on the background of playing good Gaelic footy as a 16-year-old. I was invited to Collingwood for a trial by Derek Hine, and once I got over here, it was the first time I've seen a Sherrin football.
How much did you know about AFL before you came out here?
Not a lot, but I started to follow it more once Marty Clark went over and started playing for Collingwood. And funny enough, he's the reason I decided I wanted to be an AFL player, and lucky enough the dream came through.
How important has Marty been to your development?
Oh, he's been huge. He's been giving me tips on things I'm doing wrong. I think he's one of the elite kickers at the club, so he's been teaching me my kicking's not up to scratch, but I've been trying to give him a few tips on how to get a bit faster, so we're working both ways.
Give us an idea of how big Marty Clark is in Ireland.
Marty was huge in Ireland. Within the Collingwood club, he'd be the equivalent of Dale Thomas. He was a superstar back at home.
Give us an idea of how close you guys have become as well. We've got a photo here. What's going on in this photo between the two of you?
That night we were just watching our home team play in the prelim final back at home, and just after the final whistle we were at Marty's house, and the team won by a point after being down by 11, so Marty's girlfriend took the picture and we were just in the midst of having a celebration.
Besides Marty, you've got the other Irish guys down there. Paul Cribben, how close have you become with him, and who else are you close with down at the club?
Cribble, yeah, it's good. He's from another part of Ireland, so we're getting information on how his team's doing, and it's good to have a chat and just muck about with each other. And I say within the club I've been pretty close to Marley Williams. I'd say we're really good friends, and Jamie Elliott, and funny enough me and Marley are planning on moving in together next year, so we're doing a bit of house hunting at the minute.
Oh, sounds like trouble. You've played on the MCG twice. Give us an idea of the comparison between the MCG and some of the grounds that you've played on in Ireland.
The MCGs, you can't really compare it to ones in Ireland, but to be fair, Croke Park holds its own. It's an 86,000 capacity stadium for an amateur sport, which I think it's one of the top 4 biggest stadiums in Europe. So to have that in Ireland as an amateur sports stadium, it's huge for this sport, and hopefully maybe soon enough it'll turn professional.
What are you hoping to improve on with your football at the moment, and where do you see yourself going in the future?
I just want to develop my skills more, and still a first-year player, just coming to terms with everything, and I want to develop like the structures of the game, which is pretty hard because as Gaelic it's free-flowing, you just really do what you want. So to be stuck within a structure, it's pretty hard to come to terms with, and I'd like just to maybe see myself play a handful more games this season and develop into more of a regular player in the first team next year.
Well, you've only played a total of 15 games of AFL. It's been absolutely amazing to watch your journey. We hope to see more of you in the future, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for joining us, Callum. And thanks for joining us at home. We look forward to seeing you next week at 9:30 Tuesday on The Club.